right, what's up, everyone? Swinging Bull here, and welcome to the earnings stream. Today, we're going over Mara. So I'm pretty excited to see the reaction to the earnings data on Mara. Right now, we're in after hours. Regular session is over. Let me zoom in. I got Mara on the right side chart. I got SPY on the left side chart. If anyone wanted to peek at that, let me kind of zoom in on the candlesticks here. Did have an initial bullish reaction up to $20.54. Got kind of sold off here. Came back down to $19.40, and now it's kind of on its way back up again. Slightly green in after hours. Does look like some, well, just kind of volatility flickering candles going on. What's up, Porterhouse? Good to see you. Got almost 100 people joining this stream. Kind of a mixture between Twitter, YouTube, what have you. Got Diana on YouTube calling out 1585. We'll see. I do have I am long Mara shares, just full transparency. I am long Mara shares. They started being a profitable company in Q4 of last year. So excited to see if they're profitable again for this earnings announcement. And now, since I'm long shares, I do have a downside hedge in place. I did sell some covered calls above my cost basis, collected a pretty decent credit on that. So of course I want a bullish reaction so my long shares can benefit from that. But if we do get a negative reaction for whatever reason, fully prepared to capitalize on my hedge if that's what I need to do. So let's kind of see. So we got some people asking when they actually announce, because we got some volatility flickering candles going on, but their actual announcement is, I'm showing 4:30 p.m. Eastern. So we still got about, almost 20 more minutes before the data supposedly is going to come out. I'm going to have my other screen pulled up here. So when the data does come in, I can post it for everyone on YouTube and what have you. Give me 1 second. Let me just type in the ticker symbol so we're ready to rock and roll. And as soon as I get some actual data, I'll let everyone know. But to my understanding, it's not till 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Consensus forecast for the EPS is 0.05, and forecast for revenue 193.89 million. So what we're seeing right now is just kind of some anticipatory price action. The data technically isn't out yet. So as soon as it's out, I'll let everyone know and I'll post it for everybody. So I hope that answers your question. Paradise from YouTube. I'm showing 4:30 p.m. Eastern. So we got a little bit of time. We'll kind of just watch the chart and see what's going on. If we get a little breather here, I'm going to go over some of the past earnings. Okay, it's out. All right, someone's saying the data's out. Let me check my other screen here. Okay, yeah, sometimes earnings whispers, sometimes their times aren't 100%, but that's just what I saw earlier. Not seeing, okay, getting a little bit of data here. So Marathon Q1 2024 earnings, revenues increased 223% to a record 165.2 million. Net income increases 184% to a record of 337.2. So appreciate the comments there on YouTube and Twitter that the data is out, and it looks like they are showing profitability again. And what I mean by that is we could just kind of go to the financials. You could see right here their net income for the previous 2 quarters. So Q3, they actually pulled a profit in Q3 of 2023, and then they pulled another profit in Q4 of 2023. So obviously they pulled another profit for a third time in a row, 337 million. So you can see the net income is definitely trending up from 64 million to 223 million, and now 337 million. So this looks like great data so far. We're going to see, let me just click over here. Let me go back to the sticks real quick. So far, I'm seeing positive data. Let's see here. Adjusted EBITDA increases 266% to a record 5. So they're breaking records left and right. Here's a nice graphic here. Let me just kind of click on this and move my screen over. So here's kind of a little summary here. Record revenues, 165.2 million, up to over 200% year over year, 223%. Record net income, 337.2 million, up 184% year over year. And then a record adjusted EBITDA $528.8 million, up 266% year over year. So looks like some fantastic numbers. Let's see what they. I'm gonna wait for some more data to see if we can get some forward guidance info here. So let me X out of it. Let me go back to the sticks real quick. Okay, there we go. So right now, Mara's just kind of flat, sitting at $19.70 in after hours. Data is obviously still being digested. Let me refresh my other screen here. This is just fantastic for Mara because they used to be a struggling company. They used to have negative net income. It actually was pretty bad in 2022, especially Q4 2022. They lost a lot of money. The first half of 2023, they were still in the red, but getting back to baseline. And now 3 quarters in a row, year over year increases. And they're definitely a profitable company now. That's why I had long shares with them, because kind of like a comeback story with this company. So that's why I started building a position and actually started wheeling it. I was selling cash secured puts, got my cost basis down pretty good before I even got assigned, and then I ultimately got assigned. Had a reduced cost basis because of the premium I was collecting on the options I was selling on it. So now I've been selling covered calls, and things have been going really well. I've already made some decent money on it this year. So let me just refresh my other screen, see if we can get some more in-depth data here. Okay. And also the actual earnings call with the CEO is at 5 p.m. Eastern. And if y'all want to know how to get to that, let me just post a couple links here. Let me post some of these results too while I'm at it. Click here, we'll post it on YouTube. All right, there we go. Okay, so hopefully everyone can see that. So that there's just a little, there's some info there on the revenue increases and stuff like that. And yeah, so they beat EPS, but they missed on revenue. Let's refresh my screen real quick. So far it seems positive. We really haven't got a positive reaction yet. Here's full results here. Okay, got press releases here. Okay, this is good here. This is straight from Mara's website, Investor Relations. So here we go here. Let's see. Global leader in leveraging digital asset compute to support the energy transformation. Reported its earnings. Okay, so just got some, if you're into crypto mining and stuff like that. So energized hash rate increased 142% to 27.8. I'm assuming that's positive. They produced 2,811 Bitcoin during Q1. So that's quite a bit of Bitcoin that they produced just in 1 quarter. Revenues increase, net income increase. Okay, that looks good there. Let me just click on something else. So yeah, let me just keep going here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let me just pause this real quick. Okay. So forecast EPS was 0.05, so they missed that. Forecast revenue 193.89 million, so they definitely smashed that. Their revenue came in pretty good. Let's see here. Yeah, record revenue. Let's see, 300 and okay. Revenues increased 223%. So the revenue was actually 165.2 million. So they actually missed revenue, which MBY from Twitter pointed that out. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's go back to the sticks real quick. See if yeah, it's just kind of flatlined, y'all. I kind of figured there'd be a little more action in this. Maybe we'll get a move when the CEO does his conference call. Just wanted to look at, because I know they were kind of rocky, like previous earnings. They're kind of hit or miss. I mean, more recently than anything, they've beaten EPS. The past 2 times they beat it. The third time before that, they missed. Then the time before that, they beat, and then a bunch of it. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. 2022 was not really a good year for them. They lost a bunch of money. But what a comeback story by Mara as far as finally being a profitable company now. So things do look positive for them. What the price was of Mara one day after earnings, the most recent one they did February 28th, they were down 16% the next day, from 31 down to around 25. The time before that, they were up almost 8%. And then the two times before that, red the next day. So we'll see what it ends up being tomorrow. Let me go back to intraday. So yeah, just a little bit red in after hours, but it's kind of holding up. Closing price of the regular session, of course, was $19.65. And let me just take a screenshot on this. There we go. All right, so far not much action. Like I said, I thought there'd be more movement on this, but so far it's just kind of flat. So which kind of leads me to believe they're kind of still digesting the data and probably going to wait on to see what the CEO says. Let's see if I can find some other stuff here. Okay, so yeah, they got a decent earnings report here. Just a bunch of info on the crypto mining space. Here's some commentary from the management. Let me just let me actually pull this over. Minimize that. There we go. So just some commentary from the management. So basically, during the first quarter of 2024, we doubled the size of our portfolio of digital asset compute, launched our first products and services to support the Bitcoin ecosystem. We battled against operational challenges to produce record financial results, said Fred Thiel, Marathon's chairman and CEO. In less than 4 months, we initiated, closed, and integrated the acquisitions of our first 3 sites. As a result, we doubled the size of our portfolio to 1.1 gigawatts of capacity, 54% of which we now directly own and operate. That's pretty good. After bringing our first products to market in March, we secured our first paying customers for Mara firmware and began building a robust sales pipeline for our 2-phase immersion system. So that's good info there, bringing in some revenue on their firmware, which obviously is going to be additional revenue for them because it was the first paying customers they secured. So that's good news. We're actually finally getting a little bit of buyers stepping up to the plate here. So the management continues to say, despite the operational challenges we faced in the first quarter, we're able to leverage our agility to redistribute equipment to newly acquired sites amidst ongoing repairs. When combined with our HODL strategy, hold on for dear life, right? These actions allowed us to capitalize on Bitcoin's positive momentum, which obviously Bitcoin's been on a pretty sweet rally lately. Obviously a couple healthy pullbacks, but capitalize on Bitcoin's positive momentum or produce record financial results for the quarter. We grew our top line to a record 165.2 million, improved net income to a record 337.2 million, and generated adjusted EBIT of 528.8 million, which we already went over all that. Just a little last bit from them. With the expansion capacity we have gained from our recent acquisitions, with 45 additional exahash of capacity available to us between current orders and options, and with 1.6 billion of liquidity, that's pretty nice. We are now targeting 50 exahash of energized hash rate by the end of 2024. Seems like a lot. I mean, I'm not really, too well versed in the crypto mining, hash rates and all that stuff, but that definitely seems like it's a pretty solid target for the end of 2024 and additional growth in 2025. All right, we are getting some selling on Mara over here on the right side of my screen. Just made a new low in after hours down to $19.12. Just looking at this on the 3-minute chart right now. Let's see what else I say. So we look forward to continuing to build Marathon into a diverse global technology company that leverages digital asset compute to build a more sustainable and inclusive future. And then they got a breakdown little chart here, but we are getting some sellers here. Yeah, Latvian on YouTube. Their energy bill has to be astronomically. Yeah, I would assume it takes a lot of, I would assume a lot of power to mine Bitcoin. All right, so we are getting some sellers stepping in. This will be good for my downside hedge. I sold some calls and collected a pretty decent credit. That's another thing. Mara's option chain always has some pretty solid premium. I'm not really a premium chaser because we all know how that can end. But if Mara does have a lot of meat on the bones on the option chain, and they're now a profitable company, so that's kind of what I gravitated towards it. Let's see here if they got anything else. Now, this is straight from Investor Relations Mara website, what I was just reading to everybody. Let's see, we got here. Just kind of skimming over this again. I still got the candlestick on the right over here. Okay, revenues increased 223%. Increase in revenue was primarily driven by an 82.9 million increase in the average price of Bitcoin mined, 10.4 million increase in Bitcoin production, and 20.8 million in revenues generated from providing hosting services as a result of the acquisition of GC Data Center. So obviously they took over that company. Looks like they probably bought them out or whatever. GC Data Center Equity Holdings. So they took them over, and that generated more revenue for them. That's good. Bitcoin production and therefore revenues generated during the quarter was negatively impacted by unexpected equipment failures. Okay, that's not good. Transmission line maintenance and higher than anticipated weather-related curtailments at Garden City and other sites during the quarter. So that's a kind of negative there, obviously. Average price of Bitcoin mined was 126% higher than the average price of Bitcoin mined in the prior year period. Okay. Average daily Bitcoin was 30.9 Bitcoin in the current year period compared with 24.4 in the prior year period. Yeah, I mean, they mined over 2,800 Bitcoin in Q1. So that's quite a bit of Bitcoin that they mined. Company sold 26% of the Bitcoin it produced during the quarter to fund operating costs, which, that's obviously a pretty smart move, I would think. Got auto on YouTube, dip being bought up a bit. Yeah, it looks like it. Look at the size of this bottom wick on this 3-minute candle. That's impressive. So we did have some dip buyers at $18.55. Pretty nice bottom wick there. We'll see how this next candle prints, but so far this is looking like pretty good demand around 1850s. We'll see if that holds up. Let's look at the order book. I've got a buy side imbalance. There's a lot more buyers on the bid right now, so I like to see the buy side imbalance, and that's probably attributed to this bottom wick here. The dip buyers just stepped up to the plate. Do got an order at 18 bucks, 20,500 order there. Another one at $18.50. So like 50-cent increments. Got a couple floors there. We'll see if that gets eaten up or if it holds as support. Or if the order gets pulled, because we've seen that before. Not really seeing much on the ask as far as resistance. Nothing like I'm seeing on the bid. Hopefully these aren't buy to close orders on short positions, and very well could be. So we'll see what happens if when I say they, I mean like the institutions that are moving millions of dollars around right now. If the institutions decide to push this down, if this big order at $18.50 is like a buy to close on a short position, maybe the institutions push it down to go fill those buy to closes. We'll see. Or is that in fact going to be some support, and that's just where the value is at right now? Obviously, we had some demand here around 1855 when it wicked down there. Buyer stepped up to the plate, pushed it back up. Now it's just hanging out right above 19 bucks. You can go 1 minute chart. Okay. We'll see if this can retrace. I'm going to go ahead and draw a Fibonacci on this as well, just to kind of see. Yeah, I'll draw it to wick high down to wick low. Okay, so we did get the 25% retrace, and it's above that now, so that's a good sign. Basically right around 19 bucks. So we'd be looking for this to hold above 19. If not, obviously it's going to come back down and retest the mid 18s. SPY holding up in after hours. I don't know if anyone's looking at the left side here. So not really. Kind of, I mean, you know, had a nice little, some good green candle prints here in after hours. Now it's just kind of holding up right here around a little over 520. Back to Mara. Still kind of holding up above this 25% retrace. Daniel on YouTube. Here, let me hide that comment. Daniel on YouTube. Why do you think their energy bill is astronomical? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're getting, you know, I was just repeating the comment from someone else on YouTube, but it depends where they're getting their power from. I mean, I don't know. Are they, you know, reducing the power needed through solar power or, you know, stuff like that? Let's see. Okay, Otto says if Bitcoin itself pumps around this time, that would definitely affect Mira's price action right now. Yeah, we've obviously seen Mira pump when Bitcoin pumps. Sometimes I've seen Bitcoin pump and Mira not do anything, but a lot of times it will run. Thomas Barrows, earnings is actually out already. Let me just repost this comment here. So it's for Thomas on YouTube. There's the their results as far as revenue and stuff like that. Now the Cash Money's on YouTube. You had 5 lotto puts at 18 for next week. All right. Well, if this trend continues, because this is obviously a negative reaction so far, Mira's down 3.5%. You know, yeah, those, you know, and I'm glad you put at least a week on it, because if you would have done tomorrow's expiration, you know, those 18, if Mira stays above 18, then they wouldn't go in the money, and you know, you got to deal with theta and all that stuff. I'd prefer my options to go in the money, which everyone should prefer that. But you put a week of time on it, so you should be okay. We'll see what happens, you know, the rest of extent after hours, and then of course the pre-market data. And also I wanted to show everybody, let me just pull this up real quick. If anyone wants to join the call with the CEO, that's going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern. So that's in another 30 minutes. But let me give everyone the link, okay? And let me show you here. Okay, so you're gonna go to this link right here. Let me post this on YouTube, the link. Hold on one second, and I'll show you how to get to the web call. Okay, there we go. All right, so the link I just posted on YouTube, it's ir.mara.com/news-events. So there's the URL for everyone right there. And once you get there, you're going to scroll down. It's going to say upcoming events. And then here it is right here. Boom. May 9th, 2024, Q1 2024 financial results conference call. You just click on that. And then here it is right here. Very easy. You can either join the webcast or you can just do the audio. All right. But that's not until 5 p.m. So we got, you know, another 30 minutes or so. I'm thinking, you know, I'm thinking the earnings call with the CEO, I think maybe we'll get a secondary move out of that. But so far, it is a bearish reaction, down about 2.5% in after hours. Got my Fibonacci drawn from the high to the low. It is hanging up above the 25% retrace. So like I said, if this thing holds above 19 bucks, there could be a chance for the buyers to pick up some momentum here. If $19 fails, then obviously retest of the mid 18s is probably what I see. All right, so let me go back here. Just see if there's anything else worth noting. 0.72. Yeah, so they actually beat EPS really well. The forecast EPS was only 0.05, and they came in at 0.72, so they actually smashed EPS. But they missed revenue just by a little bit, not by a lot. And here's more info too for the earnings call. So 5 p.m. Eastern, that's 2 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, that's about it on their website, but we definitely got the data and everything we need. And if y'all want to join the earnings call with the CEO, I posted the link on YouTube here and put it on the screen. Just go to that link and then it'll take you right to it. Let's go to the Discord and see what kind of profits the members have been posting today. I'll show everyone what's going on in our Discord group real quick. I'll take a screenshot of this real quick. Wow, we got over 600 people tuning in. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I do this every week, just so y'all know. We got a lot of repeat viewers that have been streaming with me for a couple of weeks now, but I've been doing this all year. I think I started doing this like the end of last year, and basically either on a Wednesday or a Thursday, I'll pick out some popular stocks that are reporting earnings, and then we look at the price reaction to the earnings data. We look at some of the previous earnings data and then how the stock reacted to those earnings. We kind of deep dive a little bit into their financials and fundamentals. Right now, Mara's got a forward PE ratio of 30.26, so very positive there. EPS of 1.34. Obviously, this data will change and probably get adjusted with the data that's coming out now. And like I was saying earlier, I just love the Mara story because I remember watching this in 2022. I see some more comments on YouTube. They sold Mara sold 26% of their Bitcoin holdings to fund their operations. Cash monies. Thanks for answering that too, Indy, on YouTube. Appreciate it. So there's your answer, Cash Money. They sold 20%. Yeah, they mined over 2,800 in Q1 of this year, and they sold 26% of their holdings to fund operations, which I don't see any problem with that. Pele on YouTube sold some $15 puts for June for 70 cents. Nice, which is in the options world. Of course, we know that's $70. So you collected. That's a pretty solid return on capital, I think, because if you collect $70 on each one, divided by the 1,500 you had to put on hold, that's a 4.6% return on your money in only 1 month. Do the math with that. If you can pull in around 4.6% a month on your money that you're using for that strategy, and do that every month consistently, I mean, you're gonna have a 50% return at the end of the year on that money. I'm in the Discord group that I'm a part of, and over here at PB Alerts, I'm mainly the option seller. I don't really buy too many options. I'm usually on the seller side, so that's just what I do. Is I sell options for monthly or weekly income. That's just been the strategy that's been the most consistent and most profitable for me over the years. Pele on YouTube, I like your style. You sold some puts. You're kind of rocking and rolling with what I like to do. I like being a seller. And like I said, that's a 4.6% return. And if you sold the June, I'm assuming you sold probably the June 7th. Isn't that the monthly cycle? Oh no, June 21st is the monthly cycle. Not sure which date you got, but 30 to 45 days, I would assume. You pull in a 4.6% return. That's pretty solid. So nice trade. I think you're going to be just fine on those. I mean, Mara's, the data's out. EPS and revenue data is out, and Mara's holding pretty strong here above 19. Might even see it start reversing here because, we hit the low of 1855. We got the 25% retrace like we normally see, and it's holding above there. You can see it traded sideways at this 25%, which was right around $19, and now it's on its way up to claim, retrace some of these levels that it lost. Next level it's dealing with right now is around $19.30. If we can get through that, I'd be looking at around 1950, then 1980, and then probably like a mental level of $20. June 21st was your expiration date. Okay, cool. No, I like it. Yeah, so you stayed on the monthly expiration, which is good because the monthly expirations are going to have a lot more liquidity and volume and stuff like that. So, I sell options on the weeklies if I need to, just because it just depends how I'm managing the position. But if I can get on the monthly expirations, I try and do that. Just depends if I'm looking for weekly income or monthly income. But I like the expiration date, and I like the strike you sold. And I think you're going to be just fine on those $15 puts you sold. That's going to be easy money, I think. And if you get and look at it this way, if you get assigned on those 15s for whatever reason, just turn around and sell covered calls above your cost basis, and then keep a little spreadsheet on the side. Keep track of all the premium that you're bringing in. First of all, keep track of the premium. Well, your broker should adjust the initial assignment. So if you get assigned on those 15s, they'll actually do the math for you on the first assignment. So if you get assigned on those 15s, your cost basis is only going to be $14.30, which is pretty sweet. Taking into consideration you got assigned at 15, your cost basis only be $14.30, and then just turn right around if you do get assigned, start selling covered calls. And like I was saying earlier, the premium on Mira's option chain is pretty meaty, it's pretty juicy. So you could even sell biweeklies, or maybe just stick to the monthly if you don't want to manage it too often and have more free time. But I love the trade. Michael Anthony, what was the earnings? Let me go ahead and post that for you. It came in a little bit ago. There you go, right there. They broke a lot of records with revenue and net income. Very, very super happy to see their net income. $337.2 million in net income. I love it, because this is going to be the third quarter in a row that they've had positive net income. They were in the rut. I was talking about this earlier in the stream. They were in a real bad rut, like in 2022. They were losing a ton of money in 2022. And then they kind of, Q1 of 2023, the first half of 2023, they did a lot better than 2022, but they were still negative, but they did get closer to baseline. And then Q3 2023, boom, 64 million net profit, net income. And then Q4 2023, 223.4 million in net income. Beautiful thing, positive net income. And then with the earnings today, now they got 337.2 million in net income. So super duper trend up on the net income, which is just a beautiful thing to see. So if you're long on Mara, even though we're a little red in after hours right now, I'm not concerned. I am also long on Mara shares. And like I was saying earlier, I did have a downside hedge in place to kind of reduce my risk a little bit, which are some covered calls I had sold above my cost basis, of course. So, if Mara does want to sell off for whatever reason, I'll make some money on my hedge, and at least it's, I'll just keep selling calls on it until the shares recover. But my cost basis on my shares is well below the current price. So and that's because I've been rinsing and repeating selling options against my position over the past month or two, and I've gotten my cost basis down pretty good. I got a pretty nice buffer between my average and where Mara's at right now. So this thing stays above 19. I'd say this is a win for the bulls. Even though we're not seeing a super rally right now, I'd rather take a flat reaction than a negative, right? So a flat reaction compared to a negative reaction, I'd take that any day. Okay, yeah, Pele, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Pele. So you did a 20 delta, and you're okay owning it at 15. Yep, I love it, man. I really like the trade. Cash Money on YouTube says, I think it will trade sideways. Past earnings, there were no big moves. Kills the calls and put by. Yeah, kind of like they're just burning the contracts up, right? They're going to trade sideways. You know, the institutions will just trade it sideways, burn the calls and the puts, and that's why I sell options, folks, because selling options. When I say that, I mean sell to open. I don't care if it trades sideways. When you're an option seller, we still make money when it's neutral. That's the benefit of being on the sell side to open. Now, of course, if you're buying to open, you know, you need a directional move, and that, you know, you're going to need a directional move most of the times when you pay a debit. Now you could do like an inverse iron condor where you could make money on the upside and the downside. You don't want it to stay neutral. That I would only use those if there was a catalyst, like if I was expecting a big move, I would do an inverse iron condor, which is the complete opposite of a regular iron condor, because of course a regular iron condor, we have a credit spread on each side of the price. We got a call credit spread above the price and a put credit spread below the price. So a traditional iron condor, we're kind of trapping the price in between our two spreads. We kind of want it to trade sideways. So if you do find a stock that is neutral and maybe trades in a very small range, you know, whip out a regular iron condor and make money that way. If now the flip side is if you are expecting a big move on the underlying stock, and I do this with a lot of the blue chip stocks when they have earnings, like Amazon, Microsoft, some of the bigger name stocks, you know, Tesla and stuff like that. And what I use for those earnings is the inverse iron condor, which is a debit spread on each side of the price, not a credit spread. It's a debit. So you got a call debit spread above the price and a put debit spread below the price. And in that scenario, we basically are looking for a big move. And the thing I like about that is I don't care if the stock goes to the moon or if it burns to the ground, because I can make money on the upside or the downside, but I don't want it trading flat. That's where that's where the risk is on the inverse iron condor, because I don't want to make it sound like it's a guaranteed trade, because there's always risk. And the risk on a inverse iron condor would be you don't want it to be flat. Yeah, cash monies. I was reading that too on Mara's website. The 1.6 billion in cash. That's a pretty loaded cash position, if you ask me. I mean, of course, there's companies out there with more cash position, but that's a solid cash position for a company like Mara. And look at it this way, you know, if they're ever short on cash, they can just liquidate some of their Bitcoin, because they mined over 2,800 Bitcoin in Q1. Like, oh, you know, maybe we need a little cash infusion instead of doing like a stupid offering, public offering, and that crap that we hate that dilutes shares. They'll just sell some of their own Bitcoin and raise the cash that way. So it's kind of like a fail safe that the chances of them doing a public offering is probably slim if they're sitting on that much cash and they're producing 2,800 Bitcoin a quarter. Anytime they need some money, they could just liquidate some Bitcoin. And look at it this way: if Bitcoin keeps going, you know, rallying the way, you know, imagine Bitcoin breaking six figures, you know, price of Bitcoin like around 100,000. Imagine what kind of leverage they have then. That, okay, we mined all this Bitcoin, but now the price of Bitcoin is going up. So, hey, if they ever need some cash, liquidate some of their Bitcoin holding, they'll be just fine. So we are getting higher lows on Mara right now, which is a good sight to see, since they made this low of 1855. Traded sideways, kind of consolidation price action around just above 19 here. Well, right around 19. Made a move up from there, and we're finally seeing some higher lows. So this is looking good so far. Well, we just want to see for the remainder of after hours that it continues to make these higher lows. Maybe eventually it'll just flatline, which I'm okay with that as well. And then tomorrow morning for pre-market data, 4 a.m. Eastern, when pre-market opens, you know, maybe we'll see a gap up or something. That would be nice for the bulls for sure. Like I said, I'm long shares, so I would prefer a positive reaction. I am a little biased, but I did buy some insurance, which is my downside hedge, and I sold some calls for some sweet premium, so I can sleep at night, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, let me just, now that we're kind of, we know we hit the bottom of $18.55. Now we're starting to make higher lows. So we kind of got to feel what's going on with the price action right now. Just wanted to pull the Discord page over, kind of share everyone our profit channel from today. Oh yeah, RB had a nice day. Okay, RB had let me see. Okay, yeah, he made $260 today, and specifically made 173 on this Amazon call. Amazon has been very awesome to watch. Mr. SLP made 900 today. Very nice. This was yesterday. RB again made 340 yesterday. Nice. Big Frosty made $100. Let me give. Oh, I already gave them some emojis. Okay. Fidget made $100 today. Nice. Zach's Lizard. This guy's been crushing it. Yeah, I feel like he posts profit every single dang day. Last 3 months, he pulled in 4,000. Congrats to Zach Lizard. Let me give him a heart emoji on that one. Who's the? Oh, okay, this is Zach again. Zach's just crushing it. Here's RB again. Nice $200 win there. This was the other day. Oh yeah, I remember playing the para puts. Snowflake got 61% on that. More Zach. So as you can see, we over here, we trade every day. We live trade every single day. Kind of show you some of the events. Obviously, we're in this event now. This is Mara earnings. We got OTC talk. Sometimes we have multiple streams going on. Watch. Tomorrow morning, yeah, we Ethan day trades every morning. This is the day trade group session. We got more live trading at 9:30. We got Rags to Riches program. People are making a killing in that thing. Got more live trading at 1:30. Oh, sorry, someone's calling my cell phone. Let me mute them. We got another stream there. But Monday, Tuesday, I mean, every single day of the week, we're live trading here. Let me go back to the candlesticks and see what Mara's doing. Yep, still kind of just, it's making the higher lows. It's retracing these fib levels. So far, it's positive. Got a little floor here at $19.30. Let's see if this gets chewed up or not. Sitting right there. Let me check some YouTube comments, make sure I didn't miss anything. Income higher than revenue. Net income increases to 337.2 million. I think that's because let me see. Yeah, because revenue increases to a record 165.2 million, and then they're saying the net income to a record of 337.2. I'm assuming the income is maybe when they liquidated the Bitcoin they sold. That would make sense, because I guess that would be considered income for them if they liquidated some of their Bitcoin. And they said they did that to fund operations. So maybe that's what they're including there. I'll have to dig deeper in that, but that's a good question, Jesse on YouTube. Let's see here. More YouTube comments. Bitcoin channeling up for the past 3 hours. Yeah, here, I'll pull Bitcoin on the left here. Let's do that. There it is. I'll keep the, yeah, look, okay. Let me just kind of go to the 1 hour chart here. Yeah, look at these 1 hour prints. Pretty solid trend up here on the 1 hour chart. Let me just pop a trend channel on there. All right, something like that, right? This 1 hour chart. And got a bull signal here on this 1 hour print here, which means we probably, yeah, we broke above this support here. Or I'm sorry, this resistance. We broke above, or Bitcoin broke above it, and we got a bull signal now. So that's a nice breakout trade. Yeah, Cash Money's just a reminder, everyone, the CEO's call is in 7 minutes. And if you want, I can probably just stream it for everyone if you want. Let me go here. Let me exit out of. Let me get to my link here, because I got the actual link for the conference call. Copy. I'm going to post the link to the conference call in case people need to pull it up on a different device. So that's the link for the conference call. I'm going to go there right now. Okay, so here it is here. And let me actually go to news and events first. Okay, and here's the, okay, here it is here, upcoming events, conference call, bam. So we click that. And okay, here it is here, the audio. I kind of want to do the webcast. Let me see this. It's making me, okay, I think I just got to fill this out real quick. That's fine. Okay, now I'm probably in. They just got this little bubble here. Now I'm not sure if you guys will actually be able to hear this because I'm not sharing the computer system audio. So I'm not gonna stream it, but just I posted the link if you want to join it. Just go there and you'll be able to get it. So I'm gonna skip that, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and stop streaming before it because I do want to watch it, but I won't be able to stream it because I don't have the settings set up. The next earnings stream I do, I'll make sure it's set up to where I can stream the computer audio, and then I'll just stay streaming for the entire call with the CEO and all that. But won't be able to do that today because I'm going to have to end the stream and start a new one, and it'll basically end the stream. So, but on that note, 5 more minutes until the conference call with the CEO, and the link is right there. If anyone wants to join that. But I had lots of fun. There's almost 700 people tuned into the stream. I appreciate all the support. If you like the stream and had fun, give me a like and subscribe, please. And if you want to join our Discord group for free, there's also a link for that in the description. Like I say, we live trade every day, tons of education and stuff like that. The most important part is the live trading every day. That's why a lot of our members love that. But on that note, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their night, and I'll see everybody in the next stream. Cheers, y'all.